Hi everybody, I am Sarah Wood and I'm participating in this YouTube challenge with Evelise, Rachel, Trisha, and Tina, and I'll post their Instagram and YouTube links below in my description. Follow them, and this month's theme is sprinkles. So in the beginning, I already made teabag tips. I do have a video on my YouTube showing and explaining how to do that. I needed my nails long for the design I was going to try and attempt, and prior to this video, I did not practice. I wanted it to be a fail or nail it and you guys witness it. So here in the beginning, I'm doing just a basic full dip on my nail. I push back my cuticles before every dip so that I have room to clean around the cuticles, and then when the cuticles relax back to their normal position, I have minimal gapping. And I'm just going to repeat that on the middle 3 nails with yellow, white, and pink. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward it because I feel like when I watch YouTube videos, when it gets repetitive, I like to fast forward. And then here on the pinky, I'm going to be doing a vertical ombre. It's just part of my design. You'll see it come together. And in the beginning, I'll do it a little bit slower here so you can kind of see how I'm doing it. I do have a little vertical ombre video on my YouTube as well as my Instagram. I have a more detailed video on how to vertical ombre, or how to regular ombre. And then I have a video how to vertical ombre. I'll do a few layers of this and alternate which colors I start with, going back and forth, and after this beginning part I do fast forward it for you. Don't get bored. I'm sorry, I don't really have much to say right at this moment. Okay, on to the thumb. It's the same thing. And again, I will speed it up through this part because you guys have already seen it when I did the pinky. Okay, now for all my colors, solids, glitters, chunky glitters, I always do 1 dip of clear over. And again, I still check those cuticles, I still push it back, just to make sure. Now off camera, I activated and let it sit for a couple minutes. I filed all my nails already except for my ring so that you guys can kind of see how I do it. With the buffer block, I go in a rounded motion on the top to follow the natural curvature of the nail. And then same with on the very, very edges of the nail, I go in a curved motion. I also cut out part of the filing just because it's so tedious and you don't need to see 5 minutes of filing. So here is, I use my glass files from Bona-Fide Beauty, and the blue one is actually slightly thicker. It's 3 millimeters thick than the clear and pink one. That one's 2 millimeters. So the thicker one I use to go around the sides, edges of my nail, and underneath to get any debris underneath the nail as well. And then slowly I kind of go in a more curved motion up around to the cuticle. And of course, gotta get the tip. Then once that's done, I go to the thinner file and I push right up against the cuticle, and you'll see how this clears up and thins up that line I just pointed to. Because it's so thin and it's so fine, I can push it right up to the cuticle and go right around in a circular motion to really get that cuticle, and it smooths out the dip even more there. And because with this glass file, it's smooth on the sides, so you won't cut up your cuticles. Now once everything is cleaned off, debris, off camera, I washed my hands really well, and here is where I start to do my design. I'm just using acrylic paint because I didn't have all the colors I needed in nail polish, and I have a paint stash here, so I just used what I had. And I'll fast forward because this was, I want to say it was 15 minutes just painting this nail to get all the detail that I wanted. And I know my brushes, I need to invest in some actual nail art brushes, and please don't mind my right hand. I was experimenting with some glitter and it tried to take it off and it was stuck in my cuticle, so that's why my right hand looks rough. So with this design, I am starting with the yellow first to paint Homer, and I'm just eyeballing it. And it's, when you paint with acrylic, you want to kind of layer it, so you start with the back layer first and work in reverse. And then like his eyes, you want that white sitting on top. So then I did his eyes, and then I mixed colors for his mouth here. Just a little bit of white, yellow, and a drop of brown to get the tan. And like I said, working on layers because I want his skin in the background, his eyes more in the forefront, the white in the forefront. And his tongue. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think eventually I switched brushes. So here I took the thinnest brush that I had, and I even cut it thinner. And then I start to do the outline. So the outline, I want to overlap the two colors, the white and the yellow and the pink in his mouth, just to obviously outline it, but to hide where the colors meet. Which is also why I do it last because it cleans it up. And this is all just me eyeballing it. I have a paper for my inspo that is hanging up right in front of me that I'm trying to look at. And you'll notice here in a second. It's in the video, I don't know if you noticed, I forgot his teeth. So I think I figure it out eventually and I go back and do his teeth. I'm pretty sure I do. There we go. Yeah, I figured out that I forgot his teeth. So just go back over it, and again I did his teeth, and then I go over with the black outline so the teeth are behind the outline. So once that is done, I did a layer of a gel top coat over it so that the acrylic paint won't come off. And the gel top coat actually smooths it out. So for these sprinkles here, I took the same really thin brush and grabbed all the different color sprinkles that I would need and just slowly start placing them. And the acrylic being a little bit thicker than obviously nail polish, it's gonna, I guess, be a little bit more of a 3D effect too because it's sticking up further than nail polish would. And this is our sprinkle themed. Here it is. Sorry, took a minute to realize that. But just short strokes. Actually, we did this nail 3 times because I was making them really long. They looked like tiny noodles on my nail and I had to redo it. So that is our sprinkle nail. Here I wanted to do a 3D donut, so I take a little bit of gel top coat. Obviously I go around in a donut, and then I partially cure it in my UV light, and then I spoon some of my brown dip powder over the donut, and then I finish curing it, apply more gel, ender cure, put more brown powder just to get that darker brown on the donut right there. Now here I have bright pink gel, and I was like, oh, that's great, it's gonna look like a glaze. So I put that on top, and then I cured all the way the jelly of the donut. I cured it all the way, and then I started applying my acrylic paint sprinkles. Again, it's a little tedious. I'm sorry, just be patient with me. I wanted to fast forward, but I mean, the donut's so cool, I didn't want to fast forward too much. And then at the end, I applied gel over all the nails, especially the acrylic, so that the acrylic is protected. And then this is the final product. It is smooth, it's beautiful, the donut's 3D, and Homer looks hungry. Here is my inspo. I think I nailed it. I'm pretty happy with it. Let me know.